Hey, I hopped on a couple minutes early to give people time to jump on. Um, so I'm just gonna wait a minute. If you're watching the replay, you can always do replay. I love to see who's watching, or who came back and watched. So I am early. Say hi when you hop on. I want to make sure that I can see comments because I did a live a couple days ago and I could not see comments and it really, really bothered me. Say hi. Oh goodness, I hope I can see comments. Okay. Good morning. Well, it's morning here in the West Coast. I know for some other people it is not morning. Melanie, hi. Yes, okay, good. I can see comments. Whew. It always makes me nervous. Hi, Barbara. Hi. Hi, everyone. Where's everybody from? Like, I'm from California, so I feel like I uh am like in my own little world in California. So, um where does everybody live? Oh, I'm gonna take this off. This is gonna bother me. It's like choking me. I'm gonna give it like another minute for people to hop on. Um, yes, it is it is totally the worst. I hate it. I always have it up on my computer so I can like see and check to see if people are commenting, but that's really annoying to have to like look at my computer and then like respond. I hate that. So, hello, hello. Okay, so I am so thankful to be here. So I'm gonna introduce myself real fast and then dive right into this awesome topic because this is one of my favorite things to talk about. It's one of my favorite things to get to share with people and really try to help teach people what branding looks like, because it's not just about wearing like the Scentsy hat, right? So, um, first things first, though, my name is Brianna Engel. My Facebook name says Brianna Caitlin. That's my first and middle name. We all know people like to switch it up. But anyways, I'm Brianna Engel. I am a superstar director out of the Central Valley, Middle California. I don't live anywhere near Hollywood, and I'm not too far north. I'm kind of just smack dab in the middle where it gets real hot, and we're farming culture type of atmosphere. So I've lived here. Let's see, we moved here in 2012. My husband grew up in this really small town. I'm from a small town about 60 miles north of here. But small town kids. Me and my husband have been married for 11 years. And we have three kids. I have a 9-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 4-year-old. So I stay pretty busy and I stay at home. um, and I work at home. And so I try to keep myself really occupied, and just have fun inside my business, but also try to be a good mom and a good wife. Isn't that like the goal, right? So that is basically my home life and like who I am on the surface. But obviously, like I'm a Scentsy gal. I am a superstar director. I promoted to superstar director in September. Actually, I promoted on my 3-year anniversary of Sentiversary, I guess. I joined in September of 2017. And you guys, I really legit just joined just so I could have something for myself. Like, I just wanted to be able to have something to call my own, to be able to have a space where I could be really creative and just have fun with my friends for like a purpose, right? Like to be able to like have parties, home parties, all that stuff. I love doing that with my other friends who were doing direct sales. So I was like, "Ugh, like why can't I do it and like make some money off of it?" Um, but money was not the driving factor. And my story is one of like where my why has changed throughout time. And I haven't been around that long, but it's changed a few different times. Or I shouldn't say changed, it's evolved, right? I've added things onto my why. And I'll get more into that later. But I just want you guys to know that like the reason that you joined and the reason that you stick around could change and it could look different. And that's okay. That speaks to us growing as people and us having a lot of opportunities to step into different areas of this business. And recognize that there's like no limit to what we can do, right? So, with that being said, I love Scentsy. I'm a Scentsy lifer. Okay. I am here to stay. This business is incredible in so many different ways. And so I hope that whether you're new or you've been with Scentsy for a long time, or you're trying to determine what Scentsy has for you, that you just recognize that literally, like, no matter what your why is or what it evolves into or where you're at in your business, that Scentsy has something for you. Like, you have a place here in Scentsy where you can make your mark, you can discover um, that fire, right, inside your heart that keeps you going and that wakes you up in the morning. And that's all started with our why, and the way that it evolves, right? And so you have to stay motivated in that aspect. But I'm just so happy to be here. I'm excited to talk to you all about branding, and what that looks like for me in my business, and what I talk to my team and my girls about how we do branding. Because I'm just gonna like put it out there right now. It is so much more than just wearing the clothes, right? Is that what we think of when we like hear the word branding? We think of like having Scentsy smack dab on us, right? We appear to be the Scentsy consultant, and when we think of that, we think of the people who wear the shirt, the cute shirts, like Wax Boss and the cute hats and all the stuff that Scentsy provides for us in the success store. Like, all of that is so much fun. And there is a piece of that that belongs when it comes to branding, that's really important. Because the reality of it is that, like, if you are experiencing life outside of your home, then you're coming in contact with people who don't know you, right? Every day you have some form of interaction with somebody who doesn't know who you are, and they're strangers. And in that way, when we're making that first impression, if you want Scentsy to be a part of who you are and you want to involve it in every part of your life, letting people know right off the bat that you're a Scentsy consultant is so important. Okay. That's a first impression grabber. So you wearing a shirt, maybe it doesn't even say Scentsy, maybe it just says Wax Boss, or um, Mom Boss, or building an empire one wax bar at a time. Those kinds of items that you can wear or that you can have. Maybe you have the Scentsy wallet, whatever it is. Those kinds of things create an opportunity for you to have conversations with strangers, or them to ask you questions about what you do, or what Scentsy is. You open the door to that, right? To the strangers that you're coming in contact with every single day if you're leaving your house, which I also understand maybe some of us aren't doing because the pandemic is still happening around us. And so if you aren't leaving your home, there's still a lot of opportunities for you to wear the Scentsy gear, wear the things that spark conversations and questions, and put it out there in other areas like social media, where people can still ask you about it and you can still step into those conversations. And so, not for nothing, the Scentsy attire and what we wear can impact our business. I have literally been in the checkout line at the grocery store wearing a Scentsy shirt, and somebody has chased me down and been like, "Do you sell Scentsy? Because my Scentsy consultant fell off and I've been looking for a new one." And I got the opportunity to get a new customer. Okay. So, and of course that's like small, but people put stuff on their cars, and brand their cars and things like that. And that's fantastic. So there's no limit to what you can do to make Scentsy be a part of your everyday life, and it's as simple as putting on the t-shirt, right? But with that, okay, that's great. That's great. But I think of it like, if we're going to relate it back to our business, I think of it like making samples. So wearing the Scentsy clothes is great, and it can do a lot for our business. But when we make samples, the samples aren't going to do anything for our business unless we do something with them, right? So we can put on the clothes and we can go outside and we can have Scentsy written all over us, and we can be that person to the outside world and to these strangers that we meet. But if we are not living the Scentsy life, if we are not being consistent in our business, if we're not showing up for our customers, then the brand that you put on does not reflect well to the new people, the strangers, the customers that you're coming in contact with and trying to pull in, they're not going to be engaged enough to stick around. Because the reality of it is, and the thing that I'm going to get into about personal branding is that Scentsy Consult, we all sell the same thing, right? We all sell the same wax and warmers. We all have the same catalogs, and we all provide the same service to people. But the reason that people stay with you could be the very brand that you are wearing, that you are showing them on a day-to-day basis. That could be the reason that they stick with you. And I'll explain that a little bit. But if you have samples and if you're not sending them out, if you're not following up about those samples, then you're missing the mark, right? So if you're wearing the Scentsy clothes, but you're not living the Scentsy life and you're not providing other means for which customers can connect to you, then you may lose those people that you've brought in because they've lost interest, right? So if that stranger buys from you because you're wearing a Scentsy shirt, but then you're not consistent in your business, you don't follow up, you're not connecting with them in other ways, then you could lose them. And the reality of it is that you probably will, right? So let me explain. So we're going to move past like having the stuff on your car and wearing the Scentsy attire. And I really want to talk to you about staying consistent and living the Scentsy life every day. And what does that look like, right? So people do it in so many different ways, and it's so much fun to look at and stuff. But the thing is that you have to find what works for you. You have to figure out how do I step into this and how can I stay consistent? Because what I'm able to do in my 24 hours may not be what you can do, but how do you show up for your customers every day and show them that Scentsy is still actively a part of your life? And that's the best thing about Scentsy, right? Is that Scentsy fits into every area of our life. But are you showing your customers that? Are you showing up every day in your life and saying, I am Scentsy? I'm a lot of other things, right? I told you I'm a mom, I'm a wife. My husband is a police officer, and so I'm a police wife, right? And then I have the things that I love, the things that make me maybe not different so much, but the things that make me unique to me. And especially when you pair it with being a Scentsy person, like I'm Friends obsessed, okay? The Friends TV show, that is like my jam. So I regularly intertwine that into my Scentsy business in terms of when I do my special mystery boxes, or maybe on my VIP page, I'm sharing funny Friends memes, or same thing on my Instagram. And so I am connecting the things that make me special to me. I'm connecting that with my Scentsy business, and I'm making it a well-rounded person, right? Because I'm not just a Scentsy consultant. You're not just a Scentsy consultant, right? You may be a boy mom, you may be a fur baby mom, you may be a dog mom, you may be a foster parent, you may be a single mom, you may be newly married, like you may be a nurse. All of those things make up part of who you are. And if you can take that and you can intertwine it with your Scentsy business, it begins to build a whole profile for your customers that gives them a reason to connect with you outside of Scentsy. Okay, because the thing is that, like I said, your customers can go to Scentsy.com and find anybody to buy Scentsy from, but they're going to buy from people who they know, like, and trust. So give them an opportunity to get to know you. And you have to be able to extend other things about you so that they can connect with you. And that's how they'll start to like you. And the thing is that like once you find a connection with somebody, isn't this true when you meet somebody and you're like, oh my gosh, you love country music? Oh my gosh, you love Friends? All of a sudden, of course, you may not trust them with your dog, but there is that sliver of trust that's beginning to build just because of that connection. And that's powerful. And that's a tool that we can use in our business because we are in the business of creating relationships with people. So we want to give as much opportunity to do that with our customers as possible. So having a VIP page, having an Instagram, having TikTok, whatever floats your boat, right? There's no wrong way to do this. But whatever means you choose to use, let it be a space where you are vulnerable, you are authentic to who you are, and you are showing up every day consistently for your customers and telling them about you. Okay. Yes, tell them about how you use Scentsy. Tell them about what you're loving and what you're warming and your favorite warmer and all of those things. And even if you're new, it doesn't matter. Use exactly what you got in your starter kit and show up for those customers every day. But also in the midst of that, be authentically you. Show them why it matters that they chose you, right? I make it a thing to post about three things every single week in my VIP or on my Instagram. Most of the time, it's both. So, three things you should know about me. One, I love friends. Two, I love Jesus. Okay, am a follower of Jesus Christ. I go to church every week. I have multiple Bible studies I'm a part of. And then the third thing is oh gosh, what was I gonna say? Friends. Oh yeah, so friends. So those are the three things that like my people know that I'm about. So every week you can bet that I am sharing something related to those three things. And the reason is because I know my customers aren't going to forget that, but I constantly want them to know that that I have other interest and that I want them to share that with me. But also, what that does is when you connect yourself to other things outside of Scentsy, all of the sudden, and I tell you because this is literally my life right now. I get tagged in so many Highland cow things because my customers and now all my friends know that my dream of owning Highland cows is that's what I'm working towards. Okay. They know that's why I'm doing Scentsy. That's why, like, that's part of my why. And so I get tagged and texted and pictures shared on my wall all the time of Highland cow stuff. The fun and best part about that is that's a real dream of mine. Like, I really do love Highland cows. I really do love friends. I really am a Jesus follower. But the thing is that now that when other people see those things, guess what? They think of me. And it has nothing to do with Scentsy, but because I am consistently showing up in my business, um, and because I am constantly opening up and sharing these other parts of my life with them and being authentic, right? One of our core values in Scentsy, I am being authentic about what I love, who I am, what I'm about. When they think of those things or they see those things, they connect it to me. And in turn, because I am creating a well-rounded picture of who I am, they're gonna think of Scentsy, right? And so no, not every time they tag me in a picture of Highland cows are they going to buy Scentsy from me. But I promise you, the next time they think, oh my gosh, you know what? I really need to order some new wax. Or if one of their friends says, oh my gosh, I lost my Scentsy consultant. I don't know of any others. Do you? They're gonna think of me because I have given them so many other opportunities to think of me in other ways that I am just at the forefront of their mind. And that's how we set ourselves apart from other consultants is we be truly transparent in who we are and what we love and what we're about that has nothing to do with Scentsy so that people have a means to connect to us and therefore think of us when it does come to Scentsy. And that is so, so important, you guys. We want to be known for being authentic and being real and having other interests, right? Scentsy is not your whole life. I love Scentsy. I work Scentsy full time. I thoroughly enjoy it, and people know that I love Scentsy. Even my friends who don't buy from me on my Facebook profile, you know that I'm a Scentsy consultant, but you also know that I'm a mom. You also know I love Highland cows. You also know that I love Jesus. Like all of those things all of a sudden just become part of who I am. And that branding and that way of life is just second nature, right? It's me sharing Scentsy. It's just like me sharing pictures of my kids. There is no difference. And let me just speak on the reality and the truth that when I say sharing pictures of Scentsy, I'm talking real life pictures, okay? So I don't want to get too much into this um because it can lead into like attraction marketing and stuff, but it is so important for me to address that. I think that it's important for you to be known as the person who has pictures of Scentsy rather than flyers of Scentsy, okay? We're not the marketing tab, okay? We're just not. You can have the flyer groups and all that stuff, and there's a time and a place for that. But I'm telling you, if you use real life pictures on your Facebook page, on your personal page, on your Instagram, on your social media, on your VIP page, excuse me, if you use real life pictures, all of a sudden you become the Scentsy consultant who looks different than other people, because there's a lot of consultants who just use flyers, just use this. And let me tell you, it is a proven fact that people scroll. We're just so like in tune to scrolling social media that there is no reason for my thumb to stop at a flyer. I don't care what it's about. It could be a friend's flyer, but if it's not a picture of Chandler Bing, I'm just going to keep scrolling. Okay. I want to see something really eye catching and authentic to that person rather than a flyer. Okay. So you won't catch, you can go to my Instagram and I'll link it below. You guys can follow me. You can go to my Instagram and you will not see a flyer in my feed. I may post a flyer of something I don't have, like when we have a new drop or something. I may post that in my stories, but you won't catch that on my feed. You won't catch it on my grid where people go to see what I'm about when they start scrolling my Instagram and I'm like, do I want to buy from this person? You will not catch a flyer on there. Okay. You want to know why? Because I want to be known as the Scentsy consultant who posts really cool pictures of real life stuff. Because any consultant can go to your marketing tab. Any consultant can go to a flyer group and get something different. So let your branding also envelop real life stuff. Okay. And there is no limit to the places that you can find real life pictures. There's pictures that I have posted that I don't own that stuff. That's not my picture, and I don't claim that it's my picture. But when I'm posting pictures of things that I don't have or it's not my picture, I'm talking about, oh my gosh, I really love this one. I love how my friend set this up. I think I need to add this to my wish list. And I'm being real and authentic about it. But you guys, it does not take a lot to take a good picture. Okay, good lighting, a clean area, and just some time. You know what I do? Just a little fun tip for you. This is kind of off topic, but I do think that this is a really important part of branding. One of the tips that I do is every week when I'm cleaning my house, when I'm changing my wax, when I put on makeup and I get dressed for the day, if I'm going out or something, that is the time that I decide to go on a photo shoot around my house and I start taking selfies and I fill up my phone, my camera, or my photo album on my camera with tons of real life pictures. And I don't just all dump them into my VIP or on my social media. No, I save them for when I go to schedule my post or when I'm in a pinch and I need to post something really fast. I have content to post that's not flyers, that's not marketing images, that are real life pictures that show me, my face. I'm taking a picture with the Scentsy bar. I'm taking a picture with my warmer or my wall fan. Like I'm taking all those pictures so I can save them to post later, and it's real life stuff. Okay. So when you are developing your brand, make sure that it looks like you. Okay. And with that, also in Instagram stories, on Facebook, whatever, you'll see if you follow me or whatever, you'll see that I type my post a certain way. Okay. I don't all just, it's not just one big blurb of a paragraph. I kind of like it's like one thin line of words and I use a lot of caps and emojis and fun like little dots and stuff because I want it to be eye-catching. I want it to look different than what we see on a day-to-day basis because when people are scrolling, they're going to scroll right on past your paragraph about that warmer. But if you eye-catch it and you put emojis in there and make it sound like you, okay, that's a big part of branding is you're supposed to be branding yourself with you, with things that are true to you. So no, it's not about going and looking at other people's stuff and copying and pasting and trying to be like so and so and this superstar director. No, 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 no. Okay. We're done with trying to act like other people. We want you to be you. And what does that look like? How does that translate? If you're a person, I have one of my good friends, she's very loud. And so a lot of her posts are like caps and, like big emojis and like whatever because that's her and it sounds like her. When people read my text, I want them to hear my voice when they're reading it, right? So, how does that translate to what you're posting, right? And same with like my Instagram stories. I use the same couple of filters, I use the same font because I want people to be able to, when they're scrolling, to look at something and say, "Oh, that's Brianna's." That's what you want to create, right? And if nothing else, understand that that's the way to go about it. When somebody looks at something, are they going to know that it's you? Or are they going to say, are they going to keep scrolling? Are they not even going to pay attention? Or are they going to be like, that doesn't sound like her at all, right? Be true to you. Authenticity. That's what it comes down to, is being true to you and staying consistent with it, right? Your entire business needs to be around this idea of staying consistent. Whatever you do it well and do it long term, right? This branding thing, you can change the things about you that you love, right? Highland cows, that's a new thing for me. That's within the last 6 months to a year that I've all of a sudden started to get this Highland cow obsession, pretty much since Hamish came out with the buddy. And so that's new. That's a new part of my brand. But now I've talked about it so much. Now it's really knitted into who I am as a person, and it's found its way into my Scentsy business because I am so consistent in my business that there's not a day that goes by that I'm not talking about a Highland cow or posting a picture of it, or I'm not getting tagged in one. It is just so intertwined into my business. So it's okay for you to add new things. I still love friends, still love Jesus. I'm still a mom. I'm still a police wife. And when I first started Scentsy, my brand was that I'm a law enforcement wife. I wanted to really set myself apart. We have a community of Scentsy consultants who are law enforcement wives, but I wanted to fall into that niche. And my customers, for the most part, especially the ones that I had from the very beginning, who knew me, knew that about me and knew that I was passionate about law enforcement. And so my PWS is bars and badges because I needed that to be a part of my brand, and I knew that's something that I wanted to step into, and it still is. It still is. I do a fundraiser for law enforcement. I talk about it often with my VIPs because I want them to know and I want them to remember that that is a part of me. And yeah, sometimes it doesn't always fit into Scentsy, and it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to because the purpose of that is for connection. It's to build relationships. I have a lot of people in my VIP who buy from me every once in a while, okay? It's not very often, maybe like once every 6 months, okay? But every time I post a friend's gift, they're laughing at it, they're commenting, they're tagging me and stuff. And I'm there for that. I am there for the relationship. Yes, the sales are great, and of course we want that, but maybe they would have gone to somebody else in 6 months to purchase. But instead, because we have formed a relationship, they choose me when they need a refill. Okay, they choose me as a referral because of the connection we have created, because of an extension of who I am that I have shared consistently, right? So let your branding that you think of or that you're doing inside your Scentsy business move beyond Scentsy. Scentsy, of course, should be the core of it when we're talking about your VIP or your Instagram or something like that. I would say make it 70% Scentsy, right? So on a day to day, I'm posting 70% Scentsy in my VIP for the most part, right? And my VIP, I set up like a lifestyle blog. So I'm talking about the warmers that I have in my house or wax changing or pods or fragrance flowers. I'm talking about all the stuff that I use day to day, real life pictures. I'm talking about it. Okay, but I'm also talking about my kids get to go back to school full time today. That's in my VIP. I'm talking about um the Highland cow picture that I found at Hobby Lobby that I'm hanging up above my fireplace. Like I'm also including 30% of other things that make me who I am. And so as you step into who you want to be, not only in this business from like as a title, so superstar director, all those things, that's great. Let those goals be driving to you, but to your customers, who are you? Are you just the Scentsy person? Are you just that person who posts flyers? Are you just that person who talks about, I need to hit my goal on the 30th of every month? Like, who are you to your customers that they can connect with? Are you giving them things to connect with? And let me tell you something really cool that I did a few years ago, um, maybe like 2 years ago. I went into my VIP and I asked my customers, if you're unsure, like, I don't know what to go with, I'm not sure how to approach this. If you are unsure, go into your VIP or go on your Instagram and do a poll and ask your customers, when you think of me, what do you think of besides Scentsy? And let your customers tell you who they see. Okay? And this has never been a negative thing for me, but they're going to tell you what they see you post. They're going to tell you what they see that you like, and I'm sorry, I got a phone call. Those are the things that you can take and use to extend, right? That's how you can move forward in a brand type situation and really expand on that. Really take that and run. Especially like I said, I don't think it'd be negative things, but um, take those things and really use it and really start sharing about it, especially if there are things that you do really love, like talk about it more. And then the last thing I just want to say when we're talking about positive and negative, um, here's where it could become a negative. If you are a person, okay, let me just say, your social media is your social media. You are free to be who you want on it. It's the great thing because it's a platform in which we can say what we feel. Um, and that's not a bad thing because it gives us free marketing and stuff like that. But let me also say that with great power comes great responsibility. And so this may be tough. I know it's always tough for my girls to hear. Um, it may be a tough reality. But when it comes to social media, and now that you're a Scentsy person, you represent Scentsy and you represent your business. So within that, I would encourage you to take a step back and look at your social media and figure out, are you being your best self? Are you showing up on social media as your best self? Are you in your VIP being one person and then on your regular Facebook page complaining, ranting, political posts, fighting with people on their posts? Are you a negative person on your regular page? Because let me tell you, people will see that. And that's not who you want to represent. That's not what you want your brand to be, is somebody who gives people the cringe feeling when they look at your Facebook, right? So we want to be authentic to who we are. Trust me, I've got a lot of really strong beliefs. I've opened up here and told you guys I'm a law enforcement wife. We know that that's been a rocky topic the last year. I'm a Jesus follower, and we know that that can be a rocky dividing factor for people. And so, how I choose to conduct myself on social media is I don't hide who I am, but I also don't engage with who I'm not. And what that means is I don't talk. If I don't agree with somebody, I just scroll. Okay, if somebody wants to engage with me and it feels like it's going to be a conflict, I disengage. Okay, I step back. And let me tell you, you guys, I don't know if anybody else does the Enneagram, but I'm a 3, and so I'm an achiever. I'm also like a I like to be right. And so I've come a long ways. Okay, my skin is getting tougher. It's growing in quite nicely, and so I've really had to work on biting my tongue. And I've really had to work on understanding that I am representing the woman I want to be in 10 years. Okay? The person I want to be when I meet Jesus, Like I really think about my words and the impact it has. And even on social media, when we can be really fired up about what's going on, understanding that that reflects directly on our business and reflects directly on our brand. And we want to make sure that we are okay with the consequences that come from that. So even on your personal social media, do tread carefully. okay? And understand that for every action, there's a reaction. And so you may not see it right away, the cause from what you say or who you're fighting with or the political post that you shared. You might think that it's funny or in jest or whatever. But there may be potential customers on there who say, you know what, I'll just go with somebody else. And so just understand that that is the world that we're living in, and it's a blessing and a curse, right? People are on social media now more than ever, and our business has hopefully been blessed by that, but also we it's been a really hard time to bite our tongues, but it's also a necessary time. So find an accountability partner, call your best friend, call your mom, call your dad, whoever, and talk about the things that you're seeing on social media that you just want to say, but don't let your social media be that space because you just don't know. Okay. Um, so that's what I have for you, you guys. That is what I feel like envelops the branding process and how we move forward with creating a brand that sets us apart, and that is something that we can continue to evolve and dive deeper into, but that ultimately creates connection. That's what our branding should do: is create connection and relationship with people, that gets us a step closer to customers or recruiting or teams or whatever, that is the end goal, I guess. But we could all use more friendship and we can all use more connection. And especially now in this world, like it's needed more than ever. So let your brand be a reason for people to be able to connect with you. And I think that you'll see it drastically improve your business in all areas. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to drop them on this post, if you replay, whatever. And I am going to go ahead and put my Instagram below, and you guys feel free to follow me and connect with me there. I love my Instagram people. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. Melanie, thank you so much for asking me to be a part of this. I love Melanie, my little BC42 sis. It's awesome. Our boot camp is amazing. So I appreciate y'all. I'm sorry. I was like, oh yes, comments. I can see them all, and then I wasn't even reading them. I'm so sorry. Um, but yes, 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 yes. Yes. Okay. I appreciate y'all. Thank you, Melanie. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your week. We started off the week with some awesome stuff. So I hope you all are enjoying it and taking advantage of it. But as you go on your week, know that you are loved and celebrated. Bye, guys.